Hello everyone. I just wanna say I'm excited to be here. I'm very much pumped up and also, ready to feed you with the information that you've been waiting for. And I'd like to take this opportunity and thank, the people behind all this, for making it happen for me. So I'm just here to tell you about me. Yo, by the way, my name is Siyabonga, aka the CHIZY Boy, or rather Sia the CHIZY Boy. Yeah, man, I go by many names. Yeah, thank you very much. And it goes most specifically like this. Yeah, man, we own about it and we're doing it. So yeah, I'll be telling you about myself as I've said in the introduction video. So yeah, it goes like this. One would ask, who is Siyabonga, the CHIZY Boy? Well, okay, my full name is Siyabonga Sambo. Sambo is my surname. And then the CHIZY Boy, it's the stage name. Yeah. I'm from South Africa. At a province called Mpumalanga. But currently residing in GAUTENG, at a province called GAUTENG. That's where I stay currently. Who am I? I'm just a bubbly person, outgoing, adventurous, and I'm fun to have around. I can say that. I love music. I love laughing. I love cooking. I love making people happy. In short, let me just put it in that way. Yeah, that's basically me. Well, okay. When did I start singing and who influenced me? To be honest with you, I don't really have a specific time, date or year, or age or anything of that sort. Of which when I started singing. I can just say at a young age. I don't really remember the exact time, but at a young age, back in preschool, I think so, because usually my grandmother used to tell me that I used to sing this other song, when it plays on the radio. I used to mime around it, try to sing like the artist is singing. The name of the song, I think back then it was called Tapelo ya Murena. It was a gospel song. Usually it was played when it's Sunday, when we have to go to church, back in in those days. So yeah, man, I'm from a musical family, by the way. Yes, I'm from a musical family from my father's side and my mother's side. Both families really loved music, and they lived and evolved around music. So I can basically say I was influenced by that. My mother can sing, my father can sing. Almost everyone in the family, can put out a vocal tune or something like that, and it becomes nice. So I was influenced by those people, if I can put it in that way. 2009, if not 2010, yes, that's where I started put it in my mind that, okay, you know what, now you sing, you have to sing. It was back in primary school. I was in grade 7, if not mistaken. There was there was a competition, not really a competition, there was a program of how we should save water, and how important water it is to us. So the teacher there, who was running the program back in, he wanted to create a song out of I can just say maybe out of the name of that program that he had. Then the name of the program was called Wonderful Wetland, which mostly explains about which mostly talks about water and how important water was. That was the the name of that program. It was called Wonderful Wetland. So he came up with an idea. He said, he wrote the song, by the way, and he said, who is brave enough to lead this kind of a song? Okay, he gave us the direction of the song and all that. Out of nowhere, I just raised my hand. I don't know what happened. I just raised my hand, and then everyone was like, what? Okay, I stood up. He said, come forward. I was really nervous and scared by that time. And he said, okay, what do you think we should do? He said, sing it. I blew it away. I can tell you that it was beautiful. Everyone was shocked that, okay, I have this kind of a voice, and what's going on? Why were you hiding such a good talent? So they said. I think since from that time, I started being brave, singing at assembly, because everyone was loving me and loving the sound, the talent, in fact. So it started growing in me. I was loving the attention, the girls, the girls at school. Remember, I'm still at primary, so around, I think I was about 13, if not 15, somewhere there. Everyone was loving it, and yeah, man, I think that's what really made it happen for me. That's when I started, having the love of the music. Yeah, so okay, which artist or musicians did I grow up listening to? Growing up, as I was saying, I was staying with my grandmother and my granddad, of course, my grandfather. My grandfather really loved, the Mozambican songs, the Mozambican musicians, because he was Tsonga. He's Tsonga, by the way. Shangan, if I can put it in that way. He really loved those kind of music. I grew up listening to people like Antonio from Mozambique, Maputo, I think so. The guy who sang, what's that song? There's this other song that I love. It goes like, Mavalara kune musagazi, Mavalara kune musagazi, China imuvang tamu yamine, something like that. China imukanga moyamine, Ieka ahumamane. Yeah, so I grew up listening to those kind of people. His name is Antonio from Mozambique, and I also used to listen to, basically because my grandfather was listening to those kind of music. So when he plays those kind of music, like we had to listen because he was playing it. And growing up, we were thinking, okay, that's the specific music, that's the real music. Okay, that's music for us, in fact. So he used to listen to Kwasa Kwasa, those African jam, dancey vibe music. That's what I used to listen. And gospel, of course, because it was almost like a foundation of what we are, and we lived according to that. Yeah, like growing up, music became something that I have to look up to, became something that I have to, live within it. So it happened like that. Yes, one would ask maybe, do I still work with the group, or I'm doing a solo thing? Let me first start by saying this. I started working with the group. In fact, I started working with the group back in 2013. So fast forward from what I was saying, now I am at high school. I went to high school I started working with the group, yes, in 2013. That's when I formed the group and formally, named the group. So, yeah, man, I usually used to stay alone behind when it's time to go home, when it's after school. I didn't really go home when at that time. when it was after school. The bell rang. I didn't go home. In fact, I stayed behind, not to write homeworks, by the way. Only to stay behind and try to come up with sounds, because I was elected as the choir director. So I had to come up with songs for the next coming day for assembly, prepare the choir for that. So I usually used to stay alone and then prepare those songs. So that's when I met the group members. So each and every guy in the group came one by one just to listen to what I was creating. And then by so doing, when they came, they liked it, and then they started singing along with me. And then I liked the idea of having to be us boys only, making beautiful music. And I moved away from the part of being a choir director. Instead, I became a group leader, and then I became the founder and the founder of the group by so doing. So yeah, man, until to this day. So I still work with the group, but it's just that I am far away from them right now. But whenever whenever we get the chance to work together, we do, because they live in another state, or rather they are another province, because I'm in Gauteng, they're in Mpumalanga. So it's like that. So yes, I also do solo music because I am all about music. I can't stop music, so I have to do it. And I came up with an idea of being creative and also trying to find new sounds individually. Yeah, so I do both, group and solo. Yes, so it's like that. Okay, one would ask, do you have a song or maybe an album or anything that is out and released? Oh yes, I did release an album back in 2019. The album was titled Love Story. Yes, so I'm still working on a new project. Probably this year, before the end of this year, I have to be with I have to release a new song. Right now I'm thinking of doing singles either than doing the whole album. So yeah, I do have an album, and it was released back in 2019. The name of the album is titled Love Story. So you can just go and search it and support the system, support the brother in the making. Yeah, it's titled Love Story. You can just Google my name, Siyabonga, aka the CHIZY Boy, and then everything will appear. It will take you to Spotify, iTunes, and every other musical platforms out there. It is there. So yeah, currently I'm working on a new single, which is still in progress. So it's gonna come out anytime soon. Yeah, all the information, you'll get it when it's due time. Yes. I don't really have a specific genre to work on, or to say maybe I work on this specific genre only. No, I'm not genre oriented in one thing, if I can put it in that way, or if there's such a thing. I'm flexible. I feel like I should be flexible to work with anything that comes my way. Music is I can just say it's a big universe which needs to be explored. So hence I'm the explorer, trying to explore this big universe. I don't dwell on one thing, or maybe on. Let me just make an example. I don't really orientate on gospel only. Nah, I work on anything. Currently, the album that I released back in 2019, it was R&B, pop R&B, something like that. You never know the current song that I'm working on, it might be something different. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't really want to be that artist whereby you work on something that is specific. No, I just want to be, everywhere. And if I'm able to touch everywhere, that's where I will go. In fact, that's what I want to do. Yeah, so I don't dwell on one thing. Oh, this question everyone wants to know about. Do you think it's possible to live by making music, and specifically if you make gospel music? Well, where I am in South Africa, some artists do. In fact, it works out for people here. It's just that I think it has to do with hard work, patience, faith, prayer and all that, man. I think it's not everyone's cup of tea. That's one thing I will tell you, but it is possible. It's happening because I see other people live by it, and it's working for them. So I believe it's not everyone's cup of tea. I can put it in that way. Oh, I always get comments about this one on my YouTube channel. They saying they're asking that what do you do to keep your voice intact, to keep your voice that flexible and to make it sound so good. What do I do? I don't really do anything, honestly. I just let me just put it in this way. There's no day that goes by without me having to sing. So that works for me as part of training my vocal cords. I always make sure that I sing something. I always make sure that I listen to different types of music and try to work within that space at that particular time. Let's take me right now. I'm listening to reggae because I love reggae music. That's my specific favorite genre of music that I listen to. Let's take right now. I'm listening to reggae music and I hear an artist sing. Someone like, maybe let's just say someone like Luciano. His vocals are so very nice. So I will try to implement that, or maybe to install that within me, and try to practice my every time that I get. So I think that's mainly what makes me to stand out and always have that great voice, I can say, because I don't really use supplements or anything. You drink this, drink that. I don't really do that. Yeah, just have to do with you having to work on your voice each and every time you get the chance to do that. Sing, listen to different types of music, try to do those kind of things. Yeah. Well, about my favorite singers, who are my favorite singers? I don't really have a favorite singer. Yeah, I just love music, man. As I was telling you, I love music and I love specific genres, but within those genres, I have a lot of people that I can say, okay, I can relate to. I like this one, I like this one. Okay, let me just make an example. Right now, maybe I'm listening to reggae. I love reggae music. So my favorite artists in reggae, I would just name maybe 3 or 4. I like Richie Spice. I like Mortimer. I like Luciano. I like Dennis Brown. Yeah, I can name a lot of them because there are a lot of them. So I don't really have to say my favorite is this one. No, I don't really do that. My favorite artist is me. I'm my own favorite. Yeah. So per genre, I have those that I like. per genre. I can put it in that way. So I can't name all of them and all of these different types of genres. So yeah, what can I say, to the audience and everyone who wants to, to become like me, or maybe more than what I am, or maybe to who wants to become a musician. Stay true to yourself. Be patient. Know your music. Know your work. Love your work. Be a hard worker. Don't let negative energy get into you. Don't let anyone to tell you that you cannot do it. Just do it. If you feel like you can, do it. Don't procrastinate. Procrastination is the thief of time. Once you procrastinate and say, I'll do it tomorrow, tomorrow becomes tomorrow, and then you find out that there's no longer time for you, to fill up those spaces that you've left out. So I can solemnly say that everyone should just know their work, and also should be proud of whatever that they're creating. It can either be music, can either be dancing, sports, education, whatever that you think you're capable of, or maybe you feel like you should do. Go for it wholeheartedly, like with all your heart. Yeah, that's one thing I can tell, or maybe say to the audience. And by this words, or by this statement, I would like to say thank you very much for having me. It was a beautiful different experience to be with you or working with you. I'm very happy, I'm very excited, and can't wait to do this again. I'll be waiting for another invite. Thank you very much. See ya, the CHIZY Boy.